Welcome to another Technical Corner. Today we've got a really fascinating demonstration for you. And we're with David Noakes from Hainbuch. Now David, you're going to be talking about a really important maintenance topic for anyone who's got a Hainbuch chuck. What is it and why is it important?
Well, what it is greasing the chuck, lubricating the clamping device. Now this is something that's often overlooked, but absolutely critical to the way that you're going to get the correct performance out the clamping device.
Absolutely. So show me the effects of not greasing and then greasing the chuck, please. And as you're doing, tell me a little bit about what happens when you don't grease the chuck.
Okay, well look, first and foremost, we've got a stationary man-up clamping device with a 100mm collet in. Now this here is our Test It kit. Now what the Test It does is it gives you an actual reading of the clamping force that is applied into the clamping device. So let's tighten this up a little bit and get a reading.
And as you're tightening up the Test It kit, we'll measure the clamping force coming out the collet. And right now the collet is dry, right?
Yes, that's dry. And we're getting about 15.5 kilonewtons of clamping force in that, which is, you know, it's not bad.
It's reasonable, but
not bad.
I guess you would expect more from a greased chuck than a dry chuck.
Yes, indeed. We certainly would. Now, let's take this out, apply some grease, and then see what the difference is.
And actually clamping down with a dry chuck, actually, the knock-on effects of that as well as having slightly reduced clamping force.
Well, the thing is as well, with it dry, metal on metal, you know, we're engineers, it's going to promote wear.
Yeah, so there's more friction and it's going to wear down both faces, the collet and also the main body, the spindle.
It will.
Okay, fair enough. And I guess
so. Out with the clamping head. Now, our tapered cone here is dry. Now, when we grease it, you don't need much, about as much as you'd use on your toothbrush. Obviously, you're not going to clean your teeth with this.
Please don't.
But a little goes a long way. So you just smear it evenly around the cone of the clamping device.
And I see you smearing it around, you're kind of spreading out. There's not really that much. It's not a thick layer of grease you end up with on the collet face.
There's a reason for that. Do you know why? If you overload this with grease and it's got it oozing all over the place, it's just going to attract swarf. We don't want that.
Yep, so you want to keep it exactly just where it's needed, which is on the face-to-face contact.
Yeah. So, collet back in. Test it back in the collet.
Nice, and then you're going to tighten back up again. We'll try, we'll see what the clamping force is now when it was about 15.5 kilonewtons.
And this is just a little dab of grease. So already, we've got it to 32 kilonewtons.
And that is more than double 15.5.
More than double.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
that is unusual. We normally see an average of about 30%.
So normally a 30% increase in clamping force.
Yes.
We've seen just now a live demonstration that you get more than double in this case right now. But like you said, there's other knock-on effects. What happens when if you do get wear between the collet face and the main body of the spindle? What happens? What the knock-on effects if other operators might be seeing in the field?
So the knock-on effects, Ro, are twofold. One is that metal on metal is not good. So ultimately, you are going to start getting a little bit of wear. Not just only on the collet face, but inside the receiver face of the clamping device. So that's not great.
Absolutely. And you've shown us a main body, like a stationary body that might be sat on a milling machine or a different kind of machine. Here you've got a slightly different way of greasing. How does this work?
Now this is our Top Plus rotating chuck. Now this chuck would be mounted on your CNC lathe, main or sub spindle. Now, in a lot of ways, this is even more critical because what happens is that, and I'm only saying what we've seen, when these have been ran dry and it's been seen that they're probably not getting the right clamping force, people start turning the cylinder up.
The cylinder pressure.
The cylinder pressure, yes, the main cylinder. Now, the big issue with that is that by turning the cylinder up, all it's doing at the back of the chuck is stretching the draw tube adapter, and eventually they will snap. And this is, it's unnecessary.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen.
No.
That's a lot of damage. It
No.
cost a lot.
And one thing you will notice on our chucks, they're all rated at a certain figure. Now, in this particular case, this chuck has a maximum of 108 kilonewtons. So typically, we would set that up to around 80 kilonewtons using the test it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but to grease this is a little bit more straightforward. So we're top plus. So grease gun loaded with the same grease that we've used here. Now on this particular one, you've got 5 grease nipples on the face of the chuck.
And everyone's probably used a grease gun before. Hopefully, but if they haven't,
yeah.
just put it straight over the grease nipple.
And you can see eventually that, that it starts coming through. So what you're in fact doing is greasing 2 things. You're greasing the internal element of the chuck, but you're also greasing the face, which the collet sits on.
Yeah, and as soon as that, I guess, that little dab of grease spurts out, as soon as you put the collet in, it'll spread the grease around on the face where it's needed.
Correct.
So that's how you grease a rotating chuck and a stationary Mannock from Hainbuch. And you're going to tell us a little bit more about the test it system.
Well, the test it, again, is a great bit of kit because, as I said before, each device has a maximum clamping force on it. Now, you can work that out by a mathematical formula, but this test it piece of equipment tells you in real time exactly what clamping pressure you're getting inside it.
And is that part of the service you offer at Hainbuch in general?
Yes, we do. More often than not, when we fit a chuck, we always set it up with the test it, so we know when we've left, the customer's getting maximum performance out the chuck. However, we do get customers who phone us up. They're probably having a couple of issues in, and we will take the test it in because it's one of these what can't speak, can't lie device, and it will tell us exactly what clamping pressure is being applied inside the chuck.
Thank you so much for demonstrating that, David. But if you were to try and explain to operators exactly why they need to do this, what would you say?
Well, I'd say, for the price of a pot of grease, you could almost, save yourself the cost of really expensive repairs to damaged draw tubes, damaged draw tube adapters. Even worse, the damage to the chuck by overpressuring it, just by greasing the chuck regularly. And it's a pretty low cost form of maintenance.